Where was Mullen still out in the hallway? Yes. Can you see?
You want a minute? That's not him. You want a minute?
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. Is Miss Foster Tucker out there also? Sir, if you can just come up to the podium, Mr. Mullins. Just right here is fine. Sir, you need to take your hands out of your pockets. Thank you. Did you get through to your attorney?
He said he had to give me a call back. He hasn't called back yet.
Say again.
He said he had to give me a call back. He hasn't called me back yet.
Okay. So did you speak to him and then he say he's going to call you back?
Sir.
All right. All right. I've received, so that you know, the grant of immunity order, a copy of it. Did you read that over, sir?
I think I did. I don't remember exactly what was in it.
Pardon?
I believe I did. My lawyer read through it. I don't remember exactly what was in it.
Okay. I did take the liberty, since your attorney was not here. I think Miss Foster Tucker is available to kind of go through this order with you so that you understand it. I have to make sure that you understand it prior to your continuation of testimony. Okay.
All right.
I don't know. Was she not? Where's Ann? Ann?
I'm fine. The judge wanted to come back here.
Yeah, or if you, yes, Miss Foster Tucker, I need her. Miss Foster Tucker is down with Tracy.
Yes.
Yeah, I would hope my client would be able to hear all this.
That's fine. Can we bring him out also?
So Ms. Foster Tucker is down there, but her office has a conflict.
Okay. All right.
Do I need to ask for somebody else?
Yeah. Because Mr. Harris hasn't gotten back with Mr. Mullins. Okay. So the individual came down, my understanding in talking with the office that does this is that she has a potential conflict in the case. Okay. So I'm not going to have her talk with you. We will have to await either a call back from Mr. Harris or we'll find somebody. Okay. So that they can explain to you what this order is. Because your testimony just, well, I'll wait here. Thought they brought him out. Thank you. It's not, I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yep.
Okay,
Just get my stuff and put it.
Galmore, let's take care of Kelton Hebert.
all right, we're back on the record in the case of people versus Sullivan.
I'm
Mr.
just making
Sullivan
old
is now
jokes
present.
today.
So that you can understand what went on while you were at the courtroom just now, just briefly.
All right, sir, you're Kelton Hebert.
I had
And
Mr. Mullins
Mr.
brought
Galmore,
back
will your
in.
client waive the formal reading of the
He's been in
indictment?
contact.
Mr. Hebert,
with
in
his
clause number
attorney. His attorney
24,
says he's gonna call
DCCR
it back.
1498,
In the
you're charged
interim, I
with a
was
third-degree felony
get an
offense of
attorney, and the
evading
attorney
arrest
had
or
arrived
detention
down
with the
here
use
so
of a
that Mr.
vehicle
Mullins
from
could
June
speak to the
22nd
attorney
of
prior to
2024. And
him
how do you plead to
continue with
that
his
charge?
testimony.
Speak up.
However, that
Are you pleading
attorney
guilty
has a
freely and
conflict, or
voluntarily?
has indicated there's
And
a
are you pleading
conflict, so
guilty
we're
because you
attempting to
did
try
what
to
they've
get
charged
another
you with?
attorney. I think I put
I
it
have
in
here on
a
the tablet
nutshell.
some
Mr. Vincent,
documents
was
that
there
have your
anything else
signature on
said
them that the state has marked as exhibit
on
number
that
1.
regard?
Before you
So,
sign these, did you
what
go
I'm
over them
gonna
with Mr.
do,
Galmore? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand
is
if I follow the
waive
agreement that you've made with the
Ms.
district
Wendling, if you
attorney,
can
that you'll
print
be
me
waiving
another
or giving up any
copy
right
of
to
the
appeal?
order.
And it
You
looks
give
like the
that
agreement
to
that you've
Mr.
reached is for a
Mullins. Mr.
5-year
Mullins,
deferred
while
probation.
you may not
There would be a
understand all of
$500
that,
fine. You would be
common.
required to
I
follow
must
all
give
of
you
the
a
rules and
copy so that
conditions of
when you
probation,
speak with
including
somebody or speak
a
with
driver
Mr.
safety
Harris,
course. Do you
you'll have a
understand?
copy.
Do you also
You have it in
understand if
front
you're
of
not a
you.
U.S. citizen that a plea of guilty or no
That's
contest may
Judge
result in your
Conlon's
deportation,
order
exclusion
regarding
from admission to the country, or denial of
I'm not
naturalization under
asking
federal
whether or
law?
not you understand it, not
State tenders number
what
1.
I'm getting into.
It's
I'm just
admitted.
gonna
Is there
give you
any
that
evidence that
copy
Mr.
so
Hebert's
that
not competent?
whoever you speak to
All right, sir, I'm
regarding
going to
it,
find
you
that
have
you
a
entered your
copy
plea
of it.
of guilty
Okay.
freely and voluntarily. Find that you're
So
mentally
I'm not
competent and you
releasing you. I'm
understand the
gonna
nature
stop
and the
your testimony
consequences
at
of
this
your
point in
plea.
time
Find
You'll
sufficient
need to
evidence to find you
wait
guilty. However, I'm going to reset your
until we
case for
can
sentencing
figure out what's going
so that the
on.
probation
If you
department,
do
excuse me, can do a
get
pre-sentence
through
report.
to
And that'll
Mr.
give me more
Harris,
information about you and your
and
case, and then
there's
we'll
some
come back later for
indication,
sentencing.
let the court
You need
know
to
either
stop and
through
talk to
email or
probation on your
something.
way out of the
Okay?
courtroom today, and she
All
said
right.
that
Thank
does
you,
right
sir.
there. All right, we'll see you back at sentencing.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, Mr. Newman, Charles Newman.
So I believe there is, and we have, this individual has counsel, Ms. Gray. And I think
Okay.
we would, stop
Anyway,
with
we're back
Mr.
on the
Mullins'
record.
testimony. We can go to
Excuse
her
me, cause number
testimony.
25, DCCR 0545, and Mr. Newman's here for sentencing. Mr. Newman tested positive for THC, which obviously gives me some concern.
Which just to briefly address that, he took a drug test just the other Thursday. That was for work.
No, that was just to make sure like I was doing good and everything. I passed. That's why.
Just to make sure you had everything out of your system
Right, yes,
before you
ma'am.
came to court.
Right. Well, not like I just wanted to make sure that I was doing like
He had surgery a month ago.
And then I
taken
had-
narcotics.
Stop talking over your
And
attorney.
please come
Let him
forward
talk.
to be
He had surgery a month
sworn.
ago. He took narcotics as part of that. He has a prescription for that, but he took a drug test just to see if anything was going to show up. Nothing showed up.
Well, THC isn't have anything to do with
That is
a
correct.
surgery.
That is correct.
He's admitted that he uses marijuana. That's why I had him tested today. So at some point, you used marijuana
States spell your first and last
and
name.
you clearly were making sure it wasn't, if you had a prescription for narcotics, that's not what you were worried about. You were worried about testing negative or positive for
Can you spell
marijuana
that
because
for
you
us,
admitted to the probation department that you use. And so stop with the,
Main choir.
Thank you.
Stop.
Ms. Gray, we have you here. Do you go
take
by any other
responsibility.
nicknames? Oh, and
You
I'm
shot
sorry.
at a
How did you
car
spell
going
that?
down the interstate because they cut you off.
Okay, Libby. Okay, great.
You barely missed a
and,
person in a
let's go ahead
are
and skip over that.
because you got
Are you
pissed that they
currently
cut
a
you
resident
off.
within
And you're going to
Washington
sit here and
County?
argue to me
Okay.
about
And are you familiar with an
using
individual by the
marijuana?
name of Leonard Mullen? Do you, just so
this
that
is
we're clear, do
crazy.
you call him any other names? Does he have any other
what you
nicknames
did
if
is
you know him?
crazy. The deal you're
Just
getting
Leonard?
is amazing.
Okay.
And I would
and
think
then
you
are
would
you
come
familiar
in
with
here
Shalandra Washington?
absolutely clean, not hoping you're
And that's,
clean and
thank you.
testing
You already
positive the week
anticipated it.
before because you might have used something that
That
might
other
not be out of
nickname
your
that,
system,
that she goes by
which
is
is where we
Sassy.
are today.
Okay. And then you're also familiar with an individual by the name of Marvin Sullivan? And any other names that you know him by? Okay. Okay.
All right, anything else
Turn your
before I sentence
attention
Mr. Newman?
to June 16th of 2021. You recall that day? An incident that had occurred at the Ichiban on Washtenaw?
Newman has never.
Are you
really been in
familiar with
trouble
that
of any kind
Ichiban?
before. So this is definitely a.
That was my first time.
He's always remained employed.
Okay.
Had good employment. He did lose his job.
Do you recall
This
what
case, but,
car you were driving when you went to the Ichiban on this first time that you've ever
So
been
he
there?
is intending on.
What kind of a car was it?
continuing to maintain the normal life that he's always held, other than this particular incident.
Some type of Dodge
Obviously,
vehicle.
if marijuana
Do you remember
is
the
concerned,
color of it?
If he can't stop
Okay.
using marijuana, they're gonna figure it out at probation, whether that's drug testing or a patch. Or
What-
whatever the court decides is
Why were you
necessary.
going to the Ichiban on June 16th of 2021?
Worse drugs that would be even more concerning.
Do you recall what
in
time
this
of
case.
do you recall what
Follow the deal.
some food?
Impose whatever drug conditions. deemed
Okay,
necessary.
and when you say as a family, who else
Mr.
do you
Smith,
remember being
anything else?
involved with going there?
All right, so Mr. Newman, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to
Okay.
find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $1,000 fine. You're ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $1,653.79.
Do you remember that rental car
You will
prior
be
to June
ordered
16th?
to
How long did
enter
you
and
have it?
successfully complete the JCDI program, which is an intensive outpatient treatment program. Obviously, if you're using this close to court, you're going to get some treatment to make sure you're not. You will be required to wear a drug patch until further order of the court. I am also going to order that you serve 15 days up front in the Jefferson County Jail. And so you'll talk to probation today, you will go into custody,
Okay.
and this is just too
Do
serious
you
of a
remember
case
who
for
was
me
in your
not to make
car
sure you
when
understand
you went to the
some
Ichiban?
consequences of your actions. To be coming in here for shooting at someone in a car, testing positive, is just, it's not
Okay.
okay. And you need to understand
That's fine.
that.
These cousins, what are their names?
This is still an amazing opportunity. You don't have a felony conviction on your record. So if you successfully complete the probation, and Mr.
eventually,
Gilmore's
at
right,
some
this
point in
is
time,
apparently seems to be
does
very
something
out of character,
unusual
but
happen?
it's so serious that it's just, something's going on and we're gonna get that figured out. And so, if you do everything you're supposed to and you're successful on this probation, the case gets dismissed at the end. You will never be a convicted felon. But the other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation,
You
you
heard
will
a
be
lot of
brought back
stuff.
into court. You could be
When
found
you-
guilty of the
when you
offense, and you could
heard
go to prison
these-
for up to 20
these
years,
things,
anywhere between 2 and
this
20
stuff,
years for this offense.
Where were you?
One of the things
at
that
point
makes
in
me
time?
a little more comfortable, I guess, you're very
where
lucky
was the
that
vehicle?
the victim of this offense, number
The
one,
parking lot
didn't get
of-
hurt, and number two, is
The
in
Ichiban?
agreement with
Okay.
you getting this help and being on probation and making sure you follow through.
So you hear
should be
this
very
stuff.
appreciative of that. I'm going to
Are
hand you
you
the trial
parked
court certification that shows this was an agreement
on
that
the
I
side of
followed,
the
and so
building,
you've waived
behind
your
the
right to
building,
appeal.
or in front of
You
the
can go with the
building?
bailiff probation. I'll talk to you in just a few minutes before they take you back. Good luck to you, sir.
I was in front of you.
Okay.
He is. All right, so on Daryl.
I'm not trying to trick you here.
This is Spencer,
I just
I'm
got to
sorry.
lay out the circumstances.
All four of those
So I don't
cases, I'm
want you
going to
guessing
find
if
that
you
he's
don't
at large
remember,
without
you
proper
don't remember.
bond.
If
Leave
you
those
don't know,
bonds
you
at
don't
the
know.
100,000 that I settle them at, but recall the bond forfeitures and do it that way.
Okay.
And so then it looks like we're just waiting
When
on
you are
Gallo. They
parked,
should be coming back down
you
after
hear
they take
these
care of
noises.
Gallo, and then we're waiting on
Who
Mr.
is in your
Frank.
car at that point in
Still,
time?
and again.
Like,
Just Naya?
he was in the car, like.
Who was? Okay.
It was a lot going on to be focused on.
Mhm.
It was a lot going on that day, sir. And
I certainly understand. Okay. At some point in time, does anybody leave your car as this a lot is happening? Do you recall anybody leaving your car?
Naya, and I don't know, really got out. I read. Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch
We got
that.
out of the car.
They got out, the two of them. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Your attention drawn to the parking lot where all of this stuff is going on at?
What do you mean by that?
Like, do you start looking out into the parking lot to follow the source of the noises?
No, because the way I was at the restaurant, like, probably like this would probably be the door. Maybe. I was working, facing the door, side the door. Well, sideways, whatever, I don't know. You can tell me, elaborate, tell me how the house worked.
Fair enough. Do you recall, were any of your other friends or family members in a different vehicle?
I think so, yeah, Leonard. The children, I believe,
Those are Leonard's kids. When you say the children,
yes.
I'm just trying to clarify. Do you recall what kind of a car Leonard was driving that day?
Of the Chrysler.
Okay. Do you remember what color? Even if it's okay, silver. Okay. Do you recall Naya making any kind of exclamation out in the parking lot? Did you hear any these noises? Can you describe the noises at all? Gunfire. Okay. When you hear this gunfire, where are you facing? Like, where's your attention at?
I was facing this one. I think that is she behind her this side, right? Try to turn my chair not inside the sign, simple disrespect. I try.
No, we got it.
So where I was facing, so I was facing towards like you going towards Ann Arbor. So does that make any sense? In the building would be on my right side, yes. I was facing going towards Ann Arbor. I don't know all this north south, 50 notches, 100 meters, but I don't know all that.
Okay.
So, I was sitting in my car.
The restaurant, when you were sitting in your car, you're telling me the restaurant was to your right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, it's your testimony, right? But at some point in time, is your attention drawn to any of your friends or family members being out in the parking lot?
No, because I was actually engaging in something else. No,
What were you engaged in?
I was engaging in texting my goddaughter to see if she was okay, because her phone kept like going in and out, and she was in an Uber. And she was making her way to Ipsy from Glen. And I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? She was like, her phone, like, you know, she didn't have a charge or something. I was worried about my goddaughter. And we were communicating by that. And it was, yeah, that's what I was getting.
Okay. Did you ever see Mr. Mullen? You recall you had testified in a previous proceeding involving this. You remember that?
Yes,
Okay. And you remember you were shown a video?
yes, I believe so. One or two, something.
Yep. Do you remember there was the video of the Ichiban parking lot that you had seen, that was played for you?
Kind of really blurred. Some, it was whatever they showed me, it was very distorted, a distorted video. The only actual video that I seen clear was, I guess, something from a street light or something, like what was coming out, something, that was a clear video.
Yep.
And there was
I'm just
other images.
referencing that parking lot of the Ichiban.
Yeah, yeah.
And you remember, you testified in that previous proceeding. Is that a yes?
Yes.
You're doing good. We just can't do ahs, nahs.
Oh, I'm just trying to think.
Nope, you're doing fine. Had you previously testified that Mr. Mullen and Mr. Greedy were out in the parking lot?
Yes,
Okay. When did you see them out in the parking lot?
when they showed them to me together on the video, they said, they said that. Somebody, police, by the video, and as to say, if I seen them together,
Do you have an independent recollection of the two of them being out in the parking lot?
in regulation of seeing them two together,
In the parking lot.
all of them, like seeing them together.
So what is that to you? You hadn't seen the video. Do you recall seeing them together?
No.
Just of your own? Okay. That's your answer. No, you're good.
Lines 12 through 15. All right. You do recall testifying in that previous proceeding, correct? Okay. I'm going to approach with your prior testimony to refresh your recollection. I'm going to approach. You can review it. I have a section highlighted. I want you to review that. Maybe that refreshes your recollection. But feel free to use whatever you might need to regarding that particular question. Okay.
Okay.
If I may.
Yes.
Okay, yes. But I.
Hold on before you answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you read it?
Have you had a chance?
Yeah, I read it.
Okay. If I come to approach and take that.
Yes, sir.
Having read that, do you have a different recollection about what you had witnessed in the parking lot?
Well, that's our assumption. I assume, yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Because we talking something 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
This. Yeah, yes.
And you would agree with me that you gave this testimony on August 15th of this year?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Having reviewed that testimony, do you remember seeing Greedy and Leonard out in the parking lot?
By, you think of my vision. By the car, by Leonard's car.
Okay. And at some point in time, did you see anybody else in the parking lot by Leonard's car? Okay. So what then, when you see those two men, Greedy and Leonard, out in the parking lot, what's the next thing you hear or see?
Let's see. I just heard, but I wasn't even focused on him. I just heard it. It was a glance, like you look at, you see somebody walk away. So I just assumed.
When you say he, I just need to know who you, okay.
So that's assumption, because where else would he be just going away. But, after I heard it, it's like, what the fuck? Excuse my language, like, looked like in shock when I heard the shots. And it was just a bunch of shots.
Do you recall there being any other cars in the parking lot at that time?
A restaurant. It was like, it was other cars there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was other cars there.
But did any other car catch your attention?
No, because I was facing towards, I didn't see no cars in front of me engaging in anything. Or people.
Okay. What was your state of mind when you heard the gunshots fire? How would you describe like what you were feeling?
It's kind of like traumatized, like shock. No, like just shock, like you standing somewhere, you just hear a whole bunch of noise, like fire.
Mhm.
Crackers. Like wondering, like was like shocked, scared.
Where is Naya when you hear the gunfire, firecracker sounds?
Naya was sitting in the passenger seat. She was in the passenger, she was like, she was at first messing with her phone, either the phone or messing with the music, it was a lot. I'm engaging in what I was doing. And then she was like, God damn, cuz what the fuck was that? I'm like, bitch, oh no. And then she got out the vehicle. I'm like, bitch, you better get your ass back in this car.
She opened up the passenger side door, and then
She just stood like, opened the door and she stood in shock.
yeah.
Like,
If I call, when you open up the door, there's like that door well. Can we call it that? That little gap between the door and the car. Did she ever leave that area?
no, she just, from what I can visually remember, it was like, no, she really was standing, like, that's all.
No, that's fine. That's fine. What's the next thing that you see regarding Mr. Sullivan?
Got in the car.
Got in your car
Yes.
and said, give me a ride home.
And did you leave?
Yes.
Okay, so you did not go to the Ichiban.
No, we didn't need all that, man, is all I wanted to do. Thank God.
Okay.
To hear all that.
Yep. And so when you leave, who is in your car?
Me, I agree.
Okay. And I'm sorry, just so that we're clear, you keep referencing Greedy. I get it.
Well, I'm sorry, but yeah.
So the person that you know to be Greedy, is that somebody who you see in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Just need you to tell us where he's seated and what he's wearing. Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, the witness is identified. The defendant, Mr. Sullivan.
Record shall so reflect without objection.
Okay. And do you remember, did you end up going somewhere at some point in time? Like you guys leave, do you remember where you go? Okay. And
to remember which house and which street, I can't.
and that it's fair. Did you go to your house? Did you take him to his house? Did you go to Naya's house?
I took him home. I went home. He got his home and I have my home.
Okay.
Dropped him off where I can't remember where, what street it was the same, but the same reasons we all lived at that time.
And you would agree then that you returned that that rental car to the Enterprise dealership the next day?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If that's okay with the court.
All right, Isaac Mitchell?
At that time, just drawing your attention, did you see anybody else out in the parking lot when those firecrackers or gunshots
Good morning, sir. You are Isaac
were
Mitchell.
made?
And Mr. Gertz, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He will, Judge.
Give me just a second.
Didn't
Mr. Mitchell, in
You would
clause
agree
number
that your
25
testimony
DCCR
previously
0587,
indicated that you
the
saw
state
both
has
Mr.
elected
Sullivan and Leonard,
to proceed
and
on
your
the lesser
testimony today
included
was that they were
offense of a
both by
Class A
Leonard's car.
misdemeanor, assault
Okay.
family violence,
and that's your testimony. As you, that's
April 17th,
those are the people you
2025,
saw
and
out
how
in
do
the
you plead to
parking
that
lot.
charge?
Okay.
Speak up. Are you pleading guilty
You
freely
would agree
and
with me that Mr.
voluntarily?
Sullivan is also significantly
pleading
taller
guilty
than
because you did what they've charged
Mr.
you?
Mullen?
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit
Okay.
Number 1.
It's not a trick
Before you
question.
sign
know,
these, did you go
you
and
know
meet
Leonard.
Mr. Gertz? Do you fully
Yeah,
understand
but
that?
you know Leonard.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the
Okay.
district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Just a second, okay?
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year
I'm gonna
deferred
approach. Remember
probation.
that
There would be a
remember that,
$500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the
video that
rules
you
and
were
conditions of
shown,
probation. Is that your understanding?
previously?
In addition, there would be a dismissal in it looks like you have
regarding the
misdemeanor
parking lot?
court as well as the felony
You got it,
and
It was a couple
cause
months ago.
number,
you guys, so you just. Like.
25
those on
DCCR
our-
0588. Is that your understanding?
Good.
And are you a U.S. citizen?
I've got this marked.
State tenders number
Exhibit 3.
1.
Judge, we have.
I'm just gonna
It's
approach as
admitted,
well.
is
It's
there
gonna
any
mark
evidence
yes.
that Mr. Mitchell is not competent?
Not at all, Judge.
And the agreement is to get a pre-sentence report, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
So,
I'm going to find that you entered your plea of
well,
guilty freely
that's
and
fine. I'm not really
voluntarily.
interested in the people.
Find
I'm
that you're
just-
mentally
That
competent and
car,
understand the
that's-
nature and the
you see that car
consequences
that's in
of
the
your
parking
plea.
lot?
Find sufficient
at the
evidence
top
to
of the
find you
page?
guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a
If I may
pre-sentence
approach.
report. That'll give me more information
Okay.
about you
Can I
and your
approach the
case, and then
witness?
we'll come
You
back later
may,
for sentencing.
hang on a
And y'all
second.
had an
Let
agreement.
him try to
or something
clarify
else.
what he
Yes,
says.
Judge, so currently.
Okay, now just-
GPS device and no.
Go ahead.
You recall, you can see that vehicle
Word is waive or alter.
in this picture,
You're
correct?
right, I'm gonna object.
Well,
Okay, and you have,
I'll sustain that. Hold, ma'am, hold on a second. Re-ask your question.
Thank you. Do you see the vehicle that you were driving on that day in this picture at all?
About non-prosecution, and obviously no vest, but I think my intention was to.
It doesn't look like a
this
drug
probation
deal.
so that if both of
Oh,
them-
okay.
Okay, if you can't, if you don't see it.
okay, so then,
That's-
Mr.
you
Mitchell,
see,
what I'll
I
do
don't- I
is
don't see
modify
it,
your
or I
bond
can't
conditions to remove the no
Is that what you're
contact with
saying?
Hannah and to remove the GPS monitoring device. Obviously, this was a situation that got out of hand that cannot ever happen again. Right now, you're still on bond. If you violate any other conditions, if anything else happens, you're gonna be right back in jail. Obviously, when you're on the probation, same things,
When you
get
left
you on a
the
different
Ichiban
path.
parking lot,
Some
do you
treatment, maybe,
remember
classes,
encountering,
things that
not
will
that
help
you
you become a
got
better
stopped
husband
by,
and
but
father
do you
as well,
remember
because obviously
seeing
you don't want
any
a
police
child
vehicles
involved
in
in
the
any type of
area?
situation like this.
And I believe he has completed FIP. She is
And
also-
did they
Oh,
have
good.
lights and sirens activated?
Consider, especially during the pendency.
Okay.
He has signed that the order not to have any handguns or firearms of any nature in their home. I think that's what escalated this, probably was a misdemeanor.
And I already advised him of that, Judge.
Okay, so if there are any, they need to be removed. You are not to be in possession of, and that doesn't mean just in possession on your person, in your house, car, anything else. You can't live with
Those
somebody
cars
else
were
that has
heading
guns.
in the
Just no
direction
guns.
of
Do you
the
understand?
Ichiban.
All right, then you need to talk to probation
Those
on the
police
way
cars.
out of the courtroom today. She's sitting at that desk right
Okay.
over there, and then we'll see you
I
back
don't
at
have any other
sentencing.
questions for this witness.
Thank you.
But I have 1 minute, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. We will,
I finally got something resolved in here.
there you go. You've got a few coming up that are gonna have to, you've got a few last finals coming up. I know.
I'm Michael Vincent. I'm defending.
Frustratingly too
I'm gonna ask you just a couple of questions. If they're confusing, tell me, and I'll try to make them better, okay? Earlier on, we copied it down. When the prosecutor asked you whether or not you saw Mr. Sullivan walking over to Leonard's car, you said it was just an assumption. Am I correct in that? You just assumed that's where he was going. You didn't actually see him, correct? In fact, you didn't actually see anything that was going on in the parking lot. And you told us that Mr. Sullivan got in your vehicle and you left.
Yes, sir.
At any time, do you see Mr. Sullivan with a firearm, a rifle, a handgun, a pistol, anything like that?
No, sir.
When he got in your car to drive to Ichiban, did you see him with a handgun of any type? Afterwards, nothing. Thank you, ma'am.
Any redirect?
If I can have just a moment here.
Well, while you do that, ma'am, just so that I can understand, when the three of you were going there, you were meeting other people.
Yeah.
So there was going to be, I'll call it a large group, but there are going to be a number of people there all eating.
Yes.
Ms. Gray, you would agree that your statements today are inconsistent with what you testified to at the previous hearing about,
And, well, you're going to have to say which statements, because
if I may,
Yeah.
regarding what you saw between Mr. Mullen and Mr. Sullivan.
What do you mean?
Again, I can approach with this.
What page are you on?
It's that same 19.
Page 19.
Yeah, I just told you that. That was so, because at the time, sir, everyone in this world, we were the ones there at the
I
time.
know, Tommy, you're jealous over there, aren't you?
What's all of an assumption?
Cause number 24 DCCR 2404 on DeAndre Smith.
He went to talk to Leonard because we all started out together.
You can come on up, sir.
Sir, you guys were the one telling me that who was who. On
Morning.
videos and
Good
stuff.
morning, you're DeAndre Smith, and Mr. Smith was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony offense of collision involving death.
You would
I received
agree
the
with me.
pre-sentence report. Has everyone
You
had an
arrived
opportunity
at
to
the
review that
Ichiban
report?
with Miss Lee
Are there any
and Mr.
additions or
Sullivan.
corrections?
At some point in time, did Mr. Sullivan get out of your car?
Particular, the recommendation for ISL.
Is this before or after you heard the gunshots?
It was before. And I told you that.
We'll talk about the ISF, but we're not gonna talk about the
Because
curfew.
assumably talks.
Once you get started on probation, if everything goes well, and if there's any specific reason, job or otherwise, but everyone's gonna be on a curfew on a felony probation. With regard to ISF, that was not
Your
part of the
testimony
agreement.
in
It was
the
not,
prior
Your Honor.
proceeding, Your
What
Honor, for
I would
impeachment
be
purposes
inclined to do is
regarding
order
a
ISF
prior
to hold that in
inconsistent statement.
abeyance. And then if there's
I'm
any
asking
issues
to read
on
this into the
probation,
record.
then that would already be ordered, and
Your,
then
Go
he
ahead.
could go.
your testimony
it
was,
would be
we
required at
sat
that
in the
point if
parking lot.
Probation felt like it, but,
I was on my
you're okay
phone.
with it.
It wasn't a term that we discussed.
Mia
It wasn't.
might have been
But
making
Your Honor,
snaps.
Okay.
whatever the court feels appropriate.
Okay.
And
so,
Greedy walked
anything
over
else?
to wherever Leonard
All right,
was
Mr.
at,
Davis, then I'm
which
going
is
to find that you
somewhere
previously
in the
entered your plea of
parking
guilty
lot.
freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to
Okay.
find you guilty. However, I am going to follow
You
the
would agree
agreement
with
that
me
you
that
made
you
with the
did not
district attorney
use the word
and defer
assumption.
all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 3
Okay,
years.
you go for 3
You're ordered to
days.
pay the $500 fine and to
So
follow all of the
everything
rules
wrong?
and conditions of probation. One of those is that you enter and
Are
successfully
you
complete the
saying-
cognitive track of the ISF
If that was,
program.
hold on.
I am going to
was a
hold that in
statement.
abeyance,
I-
and what
I'll
that
take
means
notice
is I'm
that
not gonna
you
make
did
you
not
go
read the
today.
word assumption.
You may never
May
have
I?
to go if you do everything you're supposed to on your probation. But if you violate any
Okay.
condition of probation and probation feels like that would be appropriate in lieu of a revocation, it's already ordered. All they have to do is send it over
I don't
and
have
it's
anything
taken
further,
care
Your
of. There'll be a warrant. for
Nothing
arrest
further,
to
Your
go to
Honor.
ISF,
All right,
which is a
thank you, ma'am. You may
90-day
step down.
custody treatment program. Do you understand?
It
You
is witness
have
excused
really
without
no
objection.
criminal history to speak of. This
without
appears to
objection, Your
be
Honor.
very out of the character thing that
Yeah,
happened.
Can
I
she
have
be
no doubt
excused?
that you will be able to be successful in this probation. This is a great opportunity because you are
Your Honor,
not
I was
a
gonna
convicted
call
felon.
Shalandra
And if you
Washington,
successfully complete the
but she
probation, at
indicated
the
that
end
her
of it, the case
attorney
is actually dismissed. You
would not
will
be
never a
available until
convicted felon.
Thursday.
The other
That's
side
what
of
I'm
that,
to
though, is if you
understand.
violate any
I've not
condition of probation, you
heard
can be
that
brought back into
directly.
court, found guilty of the
Um,
offense, so you would become a convicted felon and
Okay.
sent to
I don't
prison
have
for
a
anywhere in the
problem.
range of punishment, which is between 2 years and up to 20 years.
If
in
we
prison.
can continue her subpoena
Right, I'm
and having
handing
her
you the
come
trial
back on a
court
different
certification
date
that shows
or
that this
however
was
the
an
court.
Well, we'll
agreement
have
that
to
I
know what
followed, and so
date
you've
that
waived
is,
your right
because
to
I've got a
appeal.
medical
You just need to have
examiner
a
that
seat in the
somehow or
courtroom.
another has to
Probation
get
will
here.
call you up to her desk when she's
And I've
ready
got
to
to
go
figure
over
out
all
what
of
to
your
do with
paperwork.
Mr. Bowles.
With regard to the
Are those
curfew,
the
if
only-
you have a job or something like that that
And
is
then I have
outside the curfew
officers
time,
for
you
the
can
rest
get
of it.
permission from
Okay.
probation for that. Other than that,
We gotta
you're on
figure out a
felony
way to get
probation, you're going to be on the curfew, okay?
these
All right, good luck to you,
individuals
sir.
out.
Thank you, y'all are free to go.
Your Honor, I mean, we also have an issue with the medical exam.
Well, that's what I was indicating. The medical examiner's got to get here. So we have that issue in terms of a date, and then we have the other thing. So there is an attorney, but I don't know if he's going to want to speak to him, down to talk to Mr. Mullen if Mr. Harris doesn't go. So I'm going to check on the status of that. We can take him back. Court's going to stand in recess.
All rise.